All right, everyone, let's find our seats, please. When Vinni Taneja was introduced to me by my right-hand person, Georgia, and I heard how she went from having a corporate career as an HR leader to blossoming into a holistic health coach, Reiki master, sound bowl healer, Qigong instructor, and a mind-body intuitive. Like, yes, please, I knew that you would be the most perfect speaker. Vinni spent over 20 years leading global teams, executive coaching, and guiding talent strategy. But despite her success, she felt her spirit running on empty. She drew on lifelong intuitive gifts, leaned into yoga, meditation, energy work, and Ayurveda, and she took a leap of faith and left the corporate world behind. Today, she's a founder of Chakra Wellness, which blends leadership expertise with her passion for mind, body, spirit healing. She's an advanced yoga teacher and certified holistic health coach. And Vinni inspires and nurtures clients who are devoted to personal growth and wellness. And she's right here next to me as our speaker this month. Thank you, Vinni. I'm gonna let you take this away, but first, Vinni wanted to start with a song that, I'm just gonna hold up to this mic.
Do you want me to do it on here?
Ooh, do you have it?
Yes. So I have.
Let's just give it up for Vinni one more time while she's getting the music. Yes, there it is. All right.
Thank you guys. So I would love for you guys to clap because we have chakras, we have energy in it, and so the song is called Grow, Glow, Flow. So let's get started. I'm gonna copy energy. So the song, keep clapping. The song is about growing, glowing, flowing, and doing whatever aligns with your energy. So it's not align with your energy. So if you guys want the song after, I'll give it to you, but it's motivates me, and it actually helps me to discern what am I calling in and what am I letting go. So please, come see me after and I'll share this song. We're going to actually start off with a guided chakra meditation. So basically, if you can get into a comfortable seated position with your hands in receiving mode, so that means like that. Close your eyes and feel rooted and grounded. Start to take a deep inhalation and a deep exhalation. And a deep inhalation and a deep exhalation. And one more time, a deep inhale through the nose and an audible sigh out. Ha. Good. I want you to start to focus on your root. Allow yourself to focus on the base of your tailbone. Imagine a beautiful color red circling in a clockwise direction. The root chakra represents our basic needs as a human: food, clothing, shelter, money, safety, security. Allow the sound to wash over you. And some beautiful affirmations for the root chakra. I am rooted in the fertile soil of life, ready to grow and blossom. I trust the cycles of nature as I transform and flourish. I stand tall and steady, supported by the earth beneath me. I release fear and blossom into courage and security. I grow stronger with each breath, grounded and blooming. And breathe. And why do I ask you to close your eyes? Because when we temporarily take away our vision, that's where we can go inward. So I know it's tempting to look, but try to close your eyes and see inward. And breathe. Beautiful. We're going to move on to the sacral chakra, which is really special for today. It actually represents your creativity. So it's a couple inches below your navel, the color orange, and imagine it swirling in a clockwise direction. It's where your reproductive organs are. So embrace your creativity, embrace your sensuality, embrace your emotions, hold space for others' emotions. Swadhyasthana chakra, or sacral chakra. And breathe. And some beautiful affirmations. I blossom through joy, creativity, and passion. I allow my emotions to flow and nourish my growth. I honor my desires as seeds that blossom into beauty. I grow by embracing change and welcoming transformation. I blossom into harmony with my inner rhythms. And breathe. Beautiful. Moving on to our Manipura chakra, or solar plexus chakra, which is located at your belly. This is where our digestive organs are. Your majority of your immunity lies in your gut. So send some beautiful love to all your digestive organs. Imagine a golden sun swirling in a clockwise direction. And breathe. The solar plexus represents our wisdom, our power, our self-confidence, our self-esteem. Affirmations. I blossom with radiant confidence and light. I grow stronger as I trust my inner fire. I transform challenges into opportunities for growth. I shine brightly, blossoming into my true power. I grow with courage, blooming into my fullest potential. And breathe into that space. Moving on to your heart, your Anahata chakra, which is located at the center of your chest. Love is limitless. Love is the highest frequency in the universe. Imagine 1,000-petal lotus of the color green, blossoming in the center of your chest. Please know that unconditional love begins at home. So that means accept and love yourself exactly as you are, so that you emit that same frequency for others. Breathing into your heart space. Affirmations for the heart. I blossom with love, compassion, and kindness. I grow when I give and receive love freely. I transform through forgiveness and healing. I blossom into deeper connections with myself and others. My heart grows open, radiant, and blossoming with peace. Breathe. Focusing now on our voice, our beautiful voice, your throat, your Vishuddha chakra. Think about a nice royal blue color swirling in a clockwise direction. One thing I'd like to mention about our voice is that please share your knowledge, use your voice. No one on this planet has the exact life experience voice, right? So let your voice be heard. Breathe into your throat. Allow yourself to have confidence in your voice. Affirmations. I blossom into my authentic voice. I grow stronger as I share my truth with love. I transform silence into expression and clarity. My words blossom into seeds of inspiration. I grow into harmony by speaking and listening openly. So in order, right, to be a good communicator, equal listen, equal communication. And breathe. Moving on to our third eye, located in the center of your brows. Imagine a beautiful color, purple, swirling in the center of your brows. What I like to remind people about intuition is that everyone has it. Everyone is intuitive. And I'll give you a perfect, simple example. Maybe you approached a fork in the road before GPS, and your intuition said, go right. But your left brain was like, no, I'm going to go left. And you kind of did an analysis paralysis and did not trust your intuition. And then you realized you should have turned right. Hindsight is 20/20. There will always be challenges and obstacles in life. However, if you learn to trust your intuition, it will be more easeful. It will be more graceful. And that's what I want for you. Trust your intuition. Breathe into the space between the brows. Affirmations. I blossom into clarity and higher awareness. I grow by trusting my inner wisdom. I transform illusions into insight and truth. My vision blossoms with creativity and inspiration. I grow into alignment with my highest path. I really want you to breathe into that space and connect and trust and allow and hold space. Lastly, our crown chakra, Sahasrara, personal, very personal. It's whatever you believe. Imagine a beautiful white, healing, golden light above your crown, swirling in a clockwise direction, connecting you to whatever you believe, source, God, universe, angels, your higher self. Breathing into that space and trusting that you are part of something bigger. Imagine this beautiful white, healing golden light coming down your crown into your entire body. Affirmations. I blossom into divine connection and light. I grow into awareness of my infinite self. I transform by surrendering to universal wisdom. My spirit blossoms as I align with pure love. I grow in unity, blossoming with grace and peace. Allow yourself to breathe. Allow this white light to come down your crown, down your third eye, down your throat, down into your heart, down into your belly, down into your sacral, and down into your root. going to slowly bring you back. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Just coming back into your body. Taking a deep inhalation through the nose and a deep exhalation through the mouth. And a deep inhalation through the nose and a deep exhalation through the mouth. And one more time. Inhale and exhale. And welcome back. So, this is one of the services that I do, and I'm really it was hard with the okay. So so this is one of the services that I offer, sound healing. And so what is my story? How did I go from what I did in corporate to this, right? So how did I blossom into this? So basically, I am a daughter of immigrants. Actually, they're refugees. They were born before the partition in India. So my mom was 3 years old and my dad was 7 years old. And when the partition happened, at that time it was called West Punjab, and now it's called Pakistan. So my mom's dad was a healer, like a medical person, and also had a pharmacy. They had to leave everything, and they went to New Delhi. And then my parents got an arranged marriage, and then they came to the US. I was not born. My brother was 3 years old. And my dad had a professional job as a civil engineer in India. My mom was a teacher in India. And when I was born, it was like a 3rd floor or 5th floor walk up, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 4 of us living there. You know, and it was a real struggle. I'm not going to say it wasn't, but I'm really happy for every thing that's happened to me. So yes, I'm a born and bred Jersey girl, but whenever we could afford to go to India, we'd take turns, and sometimes I'd spend my summers there. And honestly, it was one of the most cherished memories that I have of going to India. Especially because there wasn't really a lot of Indians at that time where I grew up. And, you know, my parents, ever since I was a little girl, I was like, oh, I want to help the earth. I want to be an environmentalist. I want to be a teacher. I just want to help. You know, it was something that, you know, God, universe, source put in me. And my parents were like, no, doctor, engineer, accountant. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, what? I'm like, I hate higher math, and my dad was already an engineer, so I was like, no. My brother was already in medical school because he's 7 years older than me. And so then I thought, process of elimination, accounting, okay. And then I was like, I'm not going to Rutgers because my brother went to Rutgers. I grew up near Rutgers, and I was like, I'm not going to Rutgers. So I was like, okay, where can I go? And I went to Montclair State University. So yes. So I went away when I was 17, came to Montclair, and it's so funny. I didn't want to go away. I almost stayed home and went to community college. But this is a true story, because this is your intuition. My parents had taken me to some Jersey colleges. They were like, try to stay in state, because medical school is expensive. Literally, they drive up, and I don't even get out of the car, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to school here. And my parents turn around and they're like, what? I'm like, I know, I belong here, that's it. And I let my intuition lead me to Montclair. And honestly, my college experience, although I hated accounting and cried about accounting every single day, I was like, I don't understand, I don't get it. And P.S., side note, Chad Smith and I went to college together, and we pledged the same fraternity. And I just ran into him on the street after all these decades. So please support Chad Smith on the side, the flowers, yeah. So I was like, whatever, I'm gonna do whatever my parents want me to do. I'm gonna work for Arthur Andersen. For those of you who don't remember, Arthur Andersen was responsible for the demise of Enron. I had nothing to do with it. Disclaimer. But it was so crazy. Like, I even did a vision board because I was an RA, and on my vision board was this woman who worked in the New Delhi office, and she was an Arthur Andersen. So I was doing these things subconsciously, right? Always like trying to follow my intuition, but that doesn't mean I didn't analysis paralysis myself out of certain things. So I get this job, I get a paraprofessional job with Arthur Andersen. I was a December grad. I graduate, and I am working, and I'm living on Claremont Avenue in Montclair in a little studio with my cat Mercedes, who I adopted from Paws, which is now just the Montclair Animal Shelter. and working like crazy. And I was like, I don't understand. Like, this is what I came to Earth for? Like, I don't get it, you know? And I was like, this doesn't make sense. And I stayed in corporate until 2018. I went from an auditor, I went to Robert Half. They recruited me to be a recruiter, so that's how I got into HR. One of my clients recruited me, an IT company, because I had built up their staff, and that's how I went from external recruiting to internal recruiting. And I was climbing the corporate ladder and raising a beautiful family. I was crazy. I was like, I'm going to holistic nutrition school. I'm going to get Reiki certified. I'm going to go do Ayurveda. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that, because I always knew, I think one day, that I was going to blow up my life. Somehow. And so what had happened was, I get this chief people officer job. I jumped through hoops to get this job. I had to do like all these interviews. I had to do like a psychological test. I had to present to like the C-level suite. It was crazy. And they had contacted me because they were like, we want someone with your background. My specialty was global talent acquisition, learning and development, DEI, and they wanted someone with those specific skill sets. And I had 7 years at an insurance company, so they were looking for someone exactly like me. And I'm like, oh wow, you know, I'm gonna be a chief people officer, like my dad in heaven would be so proud of me, da 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 da. And I get there and they're so unethical and it's eating my soul, and I'm like, oh my God. And I'm like, okay, I'm on the phone with general counsel, dealing with current employee lawsuits, previous employee lawsuits, and I'm like, they're not good people. They're just not good people. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Like, I don't care how much money, I don't care whatever. So I was struggling, and I don't know why still sometimes at the age we are, we need like our mom's permission or to sign a permission slip. And my mom is a very conservative person. You know the background, refugee immigrant, doesn't take risks. And she was like, Vin. So my real name is Vandana, nickname Vinny. Vin is what my family calls me. And I was like, she's like, you have to quit this job, it's gonna kill you. And I was like, my mom is saying that? And my mom, who would like never say like just anything risky, like don't do this, don't do that, don't go out after 10, don't do this, like don't go there might be a snake or a scorpion, I don't know. Like, and I was like, this is so weird. So I quit and I do some Eat, Pray, Love stuff, and I get on a plane to Nepal, and I'm like, I'm going to Nepal, and I'm gonna go get my yoga certification. And it was the best decision I made. I didn't know anyone from Nepal. I've been wanting to go to Nepal since I was 21. I didn't want to go to India because if I go to India, then my family like, come for chai, come for this, da da da. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And they're like, I don't drink cow's milk. What do you mean you don't drink cow's milk? I'm vegan. I'm like, I can't explain all that. So I go to Nepal, and it was just amazing. And I went again in 2023, so, you know, to pursue my yoga certification, deeper sound healing, meditation. And if you haven't been to Nepal, I highly recommend it. I went to where Buddha was born, and, you know, that's my story. And I just hope that this inspires you to take a leap of faith. The universe has your back. Trust me. A girl from Jersey City in a 1-bedroom, 1-bath apartment, a daughter of refugees, a daughter of immigrants, not born with a silver spoon in her mouth, really hustled, you know, grew up with a lot of racism. And, you know, I'm telling you, you can do it. You can do it. You can blossom into anything you want. And if you need help or inspiration, come see me, because I believe in you. Namaste.
I mean, was that wonderful? Like the sound bath, the meditation, your story is so incredible. And what I love too about Creative Mornings is that we always make sure to leave time for a Q&A. So we have these incredible speakers, and if there's anything in your head that you want to ask Vinny, please, we have like 10-ish minutes to do that. So ask whatever's on your mind. Don't be shy. I will try to get this microphone cord to stretch to wherever you are so that we could hear you. Yes, thank you. Let's see.
Hi, Vinny. Thank you so much. That was great. How do you, when you're doing all your chakra wellness, how do you leave behind the huge part of your life that's a totally different part of your brain, or different, it's so separate. And what do you do for yourself to take that part out so that you can dive more into creative ways and leave that other part?
Oh my God, what a great question. Yes, I'm a type A OCD recovering nut job. I'm not even kidding you. Like, used to get up at 5, prepare meals, like go to bed at 11, still checking emails, like, just wanted to do the best I could for my family and my career, right? So what I do is that I actually allow some of my clients who've been coached by me have seen this actually. So I don't shut off my left brain. I allow them to work in cohesion. So I have the strategy, the execution, the understanding, but with the downloads I get, the intuition I get, I marry the two together. So I don't separate them. I let them work in and live in harmony. Just like I live with an Aries and a Leo, and I'm a water sign. I love my family, but we work in harmony, right? So these wonderful humans have taught me, these fire signs have taught me to live in harmony with my own brain, because I am the crazy OCD, and they're like, whatever. Yes. And what do I do for myself? I have my own Reiki master. I go on, I always say I'm a student first. So that's why I've gone to Nepal and other places. I'll actually be going overseas to study for myself. So I always find other people I can learn from. And for tune-ups here, I'll go to my Reiki master, or I'll go to acupuncture, or I'll hang out with my friends, or, I love my community. I love my Chakra Wellness community. Now you're part of it. Sorry, it's like the mafia. Now you're in. You're in. I live in North Caldwell. The Sopranos house is there. So, I surround myself with beautiful people like you, Liz. Yeah, it's true. Thank you.
Great, Beatrice. Let's get this to you. I don't know. Okay, good. Go. Yes, please. Thank you.
Vinny, I know why we kind of resonated. We have very similar background, former recovery HR. So I guess, I'm also a first generation professional. I will say I'm an immigrant because I came here at 19. So I feel like in this entrepreneur journey, and I've been 6 years actually in this, one of the biggest challenges that I had is the scarcity mindset, or PTSD. So what is your experience with it? How do you manage that? I do feel like that's very strongly in our community, first generation, let's say, or immigrants. So what are your thoughts about that?
Oh my God, these are such great questions. Yes, so you're raised with so if you don't have experience of this with your parents, but it's like, try to save and don't overspend, and and cut the coupons, if you guys remember coupons, and and only buy things if it's 50% off the clothing rack, and and it's true, yeah, right? She's like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah. So, but here's the thing, money is energy, okay? Money is energy. It comes and goes. Time is a commodity you don't get back. So if you align yourself, and it doesn't mean oh yeah, I'm a millionaire and then I'm on the couch eating bonbons. You gotta do the work, right? But it's the shift, and it's almost like you are stepping in. So when I used to work in corporate, right? I used to be I'm stepping into corporate Vinny, I'm leaving everything behind, right? So now I'm stepping into my abundance, and I'm attracting clients that are willing to pay and that are in line with my values, my mission, vision, and values. So it's changing the mindset, the brain chemistry, seeing it, believing it, feeling it, tasting it. I built this business from nothing. I don't have a PR firm. I'm the everything. I'm the marketing, I'm the accounting, I'm the survey, yeah, I'm all the hats, right? I don't have a team per se. I have a spirit team, thank you. But it's about mindset, it's about energy, it's about vibing high, it's about abundance. Thank you.
Great, yes, I could get to you.
Oh, that's okay. Thank you. I have I have a question. I have a question about, I was looking around, and I've been to places where we do sound bath and things like that. How do you keep your eyes closed?
How do you keep your eyes closed?
Yeah, I'm serious. I'm looking around and I can't.
Okay.
My eyes just spring open.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. No, this is a really good question, and you're not the only one. Usually when someone has a question, it's for the collective, okay? Yes, and one of my good students, who I'm not gonna call her out, but she knows who she is, did not close her eyes, because I would say that to her in yoga. And even after she's worked with me for so many years, and I love her like a little sister, and she knows who she is. So you have to breathe. So what I do is, okay, I was the girl who used to be like, I don't know how people meditate. Resting is a waste of time. This was me, like the old me. And so what I did was, you have to build new neural pathways. Neurons that fire together, wire together. So meaning, try to close your eyes for 5 seconds, breathe. Try to then close your eyes for 10 seconds, breathe. So you're just going to train the brain. Any skill set that you've learned, think about when you were driving. You didn't know how to drive a car, right? Think about when you had to pay bills. You didn't know. Any of these things are skill sets. So you just train the brain, and you start small. Be like, you can't say I'm gonna close my eyes for 10 minutes, sit in the corner and chant Om. Like, no. I'm just saying 5 seconds, then 10 seconds, then 15 seconds. A beautiful app is called Insight Timer, totally free, Insight Timer. I'm not associated with them at all, but I love advocating for things that I believe in. I tell a lot of my students, please try to download Insight Timer and meditate even for 60 seconds, then 2 minutes, and they have literally snippets. So the more you do it, the more it becomes a habit, and the more you'll get used to it. But you can't just say, oh, close your eyes. Like, try to breathe, try to calm down. You have to calm your central nervous system and activate the parasympathetic, the rest and digest, as opposed to the fight or flight and high cortisol. Does that make sense? Yes, yes. It won't happen overnight. It happens with practice, just like driving. Okay.
One more question. Yes, Wendy, right here.
Thank you, Vinny. So many things you said resonated with me. I'm also an immigrant, came here when I was little, so everything about the overprotective mom, and also I came from KPMG, so you might know some of my old colleagues there. But anyway, you were talking about intuition, and I feel like sometimes, I know I can speak for myself, sometimes kind of what your intuition is saying, but then you still pick what you believe is a safer path. Any tips on really committing more to your intuition and how to combat those things when it is either fear or whatever it is, where it has you in the middle to go where your higher self wants you to be?
I said about the fork in the road. So what I would say is, if you really want to activate your intuition, any gurus that you will listen to, they'll say meditate, right? They will say the more you meditate, actually, the more your intuition grows. That's for everybody. So, but let's say you're in a situation tomorrow, I would challenge you to follow your intuition and see the result. So the more you fall into it and the more you use it, the same kind of thing I'm telling her, it's a skill set, right? So anything that's a skill set, balance, like I'll say in yoga. If you don't know how to balance, you can increase it at any age. You can build new neural pathways at any age. You can build your intuition at any age. We all have it with the magic inside us. So please trust it, meditate a little bit more, fall into it a little more, and tell that critical woman in your head, bye.
That's right. On that note, thank you to Vinny. Thank you, Vinny. Vinni Taneja, her Instagram handle is right on the screen. Her cards are here.